toaster, the 5th time that they have staged the Star Sports TRC English Greyhound Derby. The big race takes place on Saturday, £175,000 to the winner. But folks, this is where it all starts. So, congratulations already to the connections, and they're all in the house, all represented, of Clona Duke, Cochise, Gaytime Nemo, Ninja Kerry, Romeo Command, and Swords Wrecked. Can we have a big round of applause for our finalists? And thank you for all making the effort to join us today, including our special guest here, retired Greyhound Goldie, of course, with Ben Keith of Star Sports, a legendary Greyhound man, such a huge supporter of the game, and very shortly we're going to ask him to just say a few words. But we want to get you guys into the mood. The Greyhound Derby, English Greyhound Derby, is one of the great British sporting occasions. It's got a fantastic history dating back to the 20s. One or two special guests here in the house, even they, I'm not too sure, were at White City in the 20s. Well, maybe not. But anyway, just enjoy. We've got top tech man Joe on the case. We've got 10 minutes to just warm the cockles, ladies and gentlemen. Just watch this.
Towards the first bend, it's back deep, man in 6 who breaks early with Glenroe Hiker in 4. After these comes Lacquer Champion in 3. Going around that first bend, Glenroe Hiker showing the best early pace, but Lacquer Champion moves up on the inside, finds a wonderful gap there. Lacquer Champion goes a length clear from Glenroe Hiker. After these comes back deep, man back in 3rd as they go around the second last bend. There's still Lacquer Champion, 2 lengths clear, back deep, man coming to challenge again as they come off the final bend. Lacquer Champion 2 lengths clear from back deep, man. After these, all wins finishing well. Just snatched 3rd, but Lacquer Champion wins the derby, sends off the 6-4 favourite. A couple of lengths clear from back deep, man, and it looked as though Allwyn just got up to be 3rd from Superior Model. And away they go in the wet conditions here at Wimbledon, and 6 gets a good break. Carrageen Chimes is the early leader. As they go around that first bend, it's Carrageen Chimes who's leading from Smoky Feet in 2. After these, moving up in 3 is Jack the Hiker down the far side, and it's still Carrageen Chimes a couple lengths clear, but here comes Jack the Hiker on his inside. After these, Pagan Swallow getting the Smoky Feet fading as they go around the second last bend, and Jack the Hiker has it, but Pagan Swallow moving up. And between them is Carrageen Chimes, who's going to be a blanket finish, but no, it's Pagan Swallow who gets up in there. Pagan Swallow wins the derby. It's been a race, and it's close for second would be Jack the Hiker. Carrageen Chimes is a surprise winner. The first Wimbledon derby, Pagan Swallow, and I think a few people have backed him anyway. Some fancy prices. Second, Larson Jarvis done well to move up in the 3rd. Sunny Castle racing in 4th. After these comes Hypnotic Stag and Cedar Mountain down towards the second last bend, and Ringer Hustle out in front. Larson Jarvis and Green Squire come together. It's Ringer Hustle by 2 from Green Squire in second off the final bend, and it's going to be Ringer Hustle's derby. Sunny Castle running bravely for second. Ringer Hustle wins the derby from Sunny Castle in second. It was a fine place for 3rd. Hypnotic Stag for me finished 3rd ahead of Green Squire. Larson Jarvis and bringing up the rear with Cedar Mountain. What a wonderful performance from Morris Sanders. Thanks by Tracy. She scores the prize. time of 2012. £125,000 at stake, and then they go racing up for the first bet. It's a good start from Ford Taylor Sky, who's going to try and lead round the bend here, and does so successfully in trouble. Last snapper on the outside now goes on, with Final Ivan in second, but they head down the far side. Last snapper taken on by Final Ivan, holding out back the two Valley Bird. It's still one snapper with a lead of half a length over Final Ivan. They come up the final bend. It's one snapper. Can he hold on? The answer is yes. One snapper wins the William Hill Greyhound Derby for 2012 from Final Ivan in second. Mark Connell and family in a team hunt. Doesn't he deserve it? He was second with Blond back in 2009. He was third with Blondino in 2008. He is the winner of the 2012 Derby. They're all in for the 2017 Star Sports Greyhound Derby final. The flag has been waved. There's a new chapter in the history of this fabulous race. A test of speed, perseverance, stamina, and alacrity. Who will win? Away they go. It's a great start for the Stu Missile in 4, leading from higher bar in 1. As they go round the bend, slow away was Murray's Act as they come round the turn. Higher bar takes over. The Stu Missile in second. Tyra Shane, Curse Rocket come next. Then out these come Droopy's Acrobat. The Stu Missile gets inside and goes on. This is Stu Missile. But Tyra Shane is coming in, but they come up the final bend. But Stu Missile staying strong. Who'll go and win the Star Sports Greyhound Derby final for 2017, beating Tyra Shea in second place. Landing the spoils was a Stu Missile for Shea Kyle. What a ride for the Greyhound. He produced an unbelievable start. The rank outsider of the field has won at 28-1.
Heather away, here, Clona, got a flyer. He's smoking out the boxes and goes into the turn with a lead for his kennelmate. Thorn Falcon up on the wide outside. Thorn Falcon now noses ahead and goes on. 2 lengths clear from Clona Lion. Then comes DJ Sydney. Forced to check there was doing session. And at the back was Benny Matt Ward. And Benny Matt there was the turn off the last. Thorn Falcon for Patrick Janssens. You are the Belgian heroes! And racing, good start by Kildare on the inside and 5 Mickey's Barrett. And it's Kildare going to lead into the bend. From 5 Mickey's Barrett and 4 Romeo Magical. Kildare leaves the inside fully and Romeo Magical is there. He takes it up from the inside. It's Romeo Magical from Kildare. Mickey's Barrett and Price's Jet. But on the third bend, and Romeo Magical leads by a length and a half to Kildare. With 5 Mickey's Barrett, Price's Jet, Savannah Bowen and O'Hannon. But Romeo Magical has won the derby for Dave Furniture in Graham Holland. Second was 2 Kildare, and Mickey Barrett ran his heart out back in third. The Derby war goes up. But Romeo Magical has won the Derby.
The English Greyhound Derby, an event so dear. A race we cherish year after year. 1927, the Derby first ran. Almost a century has passed since it began. Toaster has seen heroes emerge. With paws swift and strong, a thrilling atmosphere filled with passion and song. Tears shed over missed wins. Dreams shattered in defeat. But the hope to win the Derby never seemed to retreat. The tracks are set, the track is clear. The roar from the crowd was all you could hear. Each greyhound heart beating as they reach for the prize. The the thrill of the race lighting their eyes. But in the end, only one can be crowned, with a name engraved to become renowned. All that remains is for that one to be found.
Who will win? Away they go!
Some wonderful memories, evocative scenes there, and commendation to obviously to Ben and to Joel and to Dave from Star Sports. Extraordinary, and a trip down memory lane, which I think as Greyhound fans we just absolutely adore. And once again, on behalf of the Toaster management, Kevin Boothby and the team, we welcome you here today. I thought I had the biggest smile when I was watching that, and I looked to the gentleman on my right and I thought, there's the passion there. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, could you please put your hands together to Ben Keith of Star Sports.
Thank you very much, Hobbsy. As usual, a classy and a completely over the top introduction. Every year, this speech, I have to go to a lot of functions and meet a lot of people, but I never look around a room and see as many faces that are together. All right, okay, we bicker, but we all love the game. Now, I believe that we have never ever been under more threat. Greyhound racing has been banned and finished in America. The Antis are well organised, and they're heading towards the smaller and easier targets of Wales and Scotland. And I say this, the best relationships, the best companies, the best institutions are built on honesty and integrity. We all have that. We love the dogs and we love the sport, and we are able to prove with figures and our actions that retired greyhounds are our number one priority.
Absolutely right.
Everybody enjoyed watching the montage of the previous Derby winners, and I know that each person here would have had different connections. The two special ones for myself were moral standards. That was my first Derby at Wimbledon, and I was over in the silvering with my dad. I felt a bit, I didn't feel I was quite grown up enough to go in the main ring yet, and I saw him make his way in and out. And it taught me that sometimes you have to do that in life, and when you get to the front, never ever give up that lead. Then I saw Astute Missile, who against all odds, for the first Star Sports Derby, with Kevin of course, won at 28-1. I think we had 33-1 on our board. He helped pay for the race that year. He's a good friend of mine. But I believe that all agendas are details in comparison to now acting together and getting behind Mark Bird at the GBGB with every single public announcement, every action, every fundraising, every retired greyhound advert, whatever it is. All I say is I believe that if we want to have a future as romantic as that past, it will be our honesty and our integrity and our actions that will ensure that and protect us from antis who essentially, let's be honest about it, whatever we did, they'd want to close us down. But if we can protect ourselves with honesty and integrity, that's the strongest shield possible. So I stand with Mark Bird and the GBGB. I take this opportunity to thank the Boothbys for their efforts this year, and so many of the trainers who've made the effort to come backwards and forwards from Ireland again and again. Your input and to this year's story has as usual been vital. As a bookmaker, I always look, where can I get a result? How am I going to get this favourite beat? Well, I'd like to remind you that Moral Standards went through the Greyhound Derby unbeaten, and then a certain Mr. Westmead Hawke did. Swords Rex goes into the final at about even money. I think it should be odds on in my book, but I think it'll be pretty easy to lay. I'm struggling to see where I'm going to get a result, but I wish all of the finalists the best of luck. Before I hand the mic back to the professionals, each year I like to select somebody from our community who over a long period of time has really put their heart and soul into supporting our sport. This year it's somebody who has an eye for detail along with a huge heart and not a bad bone in her body. When you see the details this year of the jackets and the trophies, they wouldn't have been quite so comfy and quite so correctly done without a certain Miss Kim Sanzone. So this year, I would like to ask everybody to give Kim a round of applause and thank you for her input into the game and the Greyhound Racing family. Thank you, Kim. Now, I'd also like to welcome a special guest that we have. Now, I know that it's sort of virtually impossible that Graham Holland doesn't win this year, but I think that himself and Nikki would be rather worried because there's a certain Linda Jones who's come to join us. And I think it was a bit like when Phil Taylor or Federer were at their best. It was rather unfair. She always seemed to win everything, and it got a bit boring, didn't it? But Mark Wallace is over here. He's got eyes like daggers at her. Please don't be making a comeback, bloody hell. But anyway, we welcome Linda, and thank you very much for coming today. But as I say, let's all enjoy Saturday. It's what we all work towards all year. It is the showcase for our community and our sport, and there will be another hero that will entice and encapsulate and addict newcomers. So let's welcome all of them, but also take some time to enjoy the moment and enjoy the evening itself. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you once again to Ben Keith and Star Sports, a 7th year of sponsorship of the world's greatest greyhound race. Now, just while moves are afoot to get the names of the 6 runners into the drum, I think it's appropriate because we mentioned that we have Linda Jones in the house. Making a comeback, Linda?
I could.
Well, another Linda says that if you make a comeback, she might make a comeback as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Linda Mullins is in the house. Could you please stand up? Of course, wife of the late Pat, a Derby winner with Lacquer Champion in 1978. There's a few other legends as well. We've got other Derby winners in the house. Tony Meek, can you please stand up? Only a couple of wins, of course. Another man with a couple of wins, Mark Wallace. Can you please stand up? You're in the house as well. There's the big man. The big man. Someone did say to me there's 5 English finalists and 1 Belgian. Where's Patrick Janssens? There he is, another Derby winning trainer. Is that right, Patrick? Stand up. And of course, representing her husband, I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. Where's Nikki? Nikki Holland, of course. Please stand up, Nikki. Another Derby winning trainer, of course, as he frantically looks at his notes. And why not son of a Derby champion? Richard Rees, please, could you please stand up? Pagan Swallow, of course. Oh, and by the way, his granddad won the Derby as well. So I'm not too sure Seamus is in the house. He was on the list early doors, but I don't think that's the case. But we're going to have a chat to the legends a little bit later on. Are we all set? The draw looks set to be done by Ben Keith, with Phil McComish of the Greyhound Board overseeing matters, along with Nathan Corden, consultant and spokesman here at Toaster Racecourse. 5 railers, 1 middle seed. As we know, will automatically, or almost automatically, go in track 6. The draw is about to be made.
I hope you're all ready. I wish everybody the best of luck. Don't blame me. First dog to come out, Cochise.
So Cochise will run out of track 1 for Richard Rees from Hove.
Second dog to come out, Gaytime Nemo.
The first of the Graham Holland trio of finalists, Gaytime Nemo, runs out of track 2. As a middle seed, the only seeded runner in Saturday's race, he goes into track 6 for Belinda Green, another home trainer. Romeo Command will run out of track 3 for Patrick Janssens.
The bookies are liking this a bit more for them.
Looking for a local victory.
Swords Rex.
Swords Rex will run out of track 4. The second of Graham Holland's finalists. He's the Cup champion. Which means the Clona Duke will now run in track 5. The lineup for the 2023 Star Sports TRC English Greyhound Derby is track 1, Cochise, track 2, Gaytime Nemo, track 3, Romeo Command, track 4, Swords Rex, track 5, Clona Duke, and track 6, Ninja Kerry. Mention of the owners, Cochise, for Darryl Bear and the Evans family, Billy and Steve. Gaytime Nemo for the O'Connell family. Romeo Command for last year's winning owner and breeder, of course, Dave Thurmager, running out of track 3. Swords Rex for the Lowndes family. Clona Duke in track 5. For the O'Briens, and track 6 for Alan Ballard and Barry Sadler, running out of striped Ninja Kerry. So, are we going to invite the connections up one by one? So, we're going to start with you, Richard. Richard, Charlie, Billy, Darryl, Jackie, if you fancy it, come and join us up here. Let's have a chat. And while they're coming up to join us, let's show you Cochise. This was in round 1, heat 24, winning 28.94.
Off and racing, the pace is going to come from 3. Cochise takes it to the turn. 2, Tully Graven will try and cut it off, but 3 will hold the 2 at bay. Very clever there, this 3. Cochise now for Richard Rees, the Hove Maestro down the back straight. 3 will lead up there by a good 2 or 3 lengths There from the two, Tonic Raven. 6 beginning to make ground now. Bert Khalifa off the final spin, but the bird has flown here. He's galloping away. Put him to the sword. 3 will beat the 6, and possibly 2 back in third. Just confirm your third.
Thank you to the Colonel. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Trap 1 in Saturday's final. Connections of Cochise. Guys, come and join me. Don't be shy. I'm sure Steve and the guys will take a nice picture of you. Richard, we've got to start with you. First impressions on the draw?
Yeah, no, very happy. Yeah, happy.
If I'd have said to you, you could have any draw you like, which one would you have gone for?
1 or 2. Definitely. Yeah.
Jackie, it's been a fantastic story. You're going to have to come a little bit closer to me, which is no problem at all. He just has, I think, been a revelation in this derby. Has he not? I mean, he's Cesarewitch champion. His form is over 6 pens. He's trapping like a sprinter.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, each time he's trapped, you're like, he signed up Booty, he led him up, dogs that you didn't think he could lead. So, yeah, he surprised us all. We thought he'd have to do it the hard way, but, yeah.
And he deserves his place.
Oh, absolutely, I think so. He's done it on merit.
Let's go to Billy. Billy, fantastic. I mean, every owner's dream to be in the final. How do you see the final?
If he breaks, I'll be delighted. If he breaks like that and away and gone, but look, we're in the final, you take any draw, and fingers crossed, yeah, we come out as winners.
What are you doing for the rest of the week?
Nervous. I'm not here for the final, I'm in Spain, so yeah.
What bar are you going to be in? You make sure you've got it on there.
I'll be in my mum's living room screaming him home, hopefully. Fingers crossed, mate, fingers crossed.
Okay. And Steve, again, as your son Billy has just said, it's every owner's dream, isn't it?
Fantastic, yeah.
You come closer as well.
That's what we put the money in the sport for. This is it. This is our great day out, and enjoy every minute of it.
I think your son is going to be doing that in Spain.
Yeah, it's better off there away from me. Because he shouts too loud. So yeah, delighted.
Okay, Darryl, familiar face when it comes to only top class greyhounds. You've got a shrewd eye. Has this dog surprised you?
Have I? To get where he's got in the final, we knew he had the ability, but it was just going to the bend with the faster dogs, the quicker 4-bend dogs, because really his game's 6 bends. We put him in it because we thought ability's got to get to the quarter final, and from now on in, it is what it is. You need a lot of luck as well to get to the final, but he is there on merit. He deserves where he is, and I'm happy with the draw. So, see what happens on Saturday.
Did you guys play big prices of him each way?
I had him each way at the start, and then after his first winner, I had him each way again, so yeah, I'm happy.
Well done, Charlie. Come on, last word. Well, almost last word. You've been here before. Nottingham, Southwood, yeah. That was an incredible campaign. This has been different, I should imagine.
Yeah, it's been different. Obviously, Jet was a different type of dog, and obviously we got there unbeaten. But I think this one's probably been a little bit less stressful, obviously. But yeah, it's just great to be here again, and fingers crossed.
How do you see the race being run?
I'm happy with the draw. I think we're better off being on the inside of them dogs, and listen, if there's a little bit of trouble at the first spin, we can stick to the rail. So yeah, it's good.
Are you parading on Saturday?
No, my mum is her dog.
Oh, right. So Jackie, you're doing the business, yeah? What's he like? I mean, I've seen him close up. What's your impressions of Cochise?
Oh, he's an unusual sort of dog, yeah. He's a bit routined. Yeah, he's quite hard work. Yeah, very strong, but lovely in the same thing. Yeah, no, really nice dog.
Good luck at the weekend. Right, old boy. Pressure's on, I suppose, isn't it? Your granddad did it? Oh, your dad did it as well. Is the son going to do it?
Hope so. Who knows? Listen, I've always said, if it skips a generation and he does it, I'll be more than happy. More than happy.
And your memories of Mutt Silver, wasn't it? Pagan Swallow?
Yeah, Mutt Silver, I remember it wasn't on the telly. We listened to it on the radio, and we had 2 in the final. One we reared, which was Xmas Holiday, and we were screaming that, and then didn't realise that we won it with the other one. But it was only 10, and obviously Pagan Swallow I remember well, yeah.
And that was the first Wimbledon derby, wasn't it?
Yeah, first one.
The driving rain.
Yeah, and Jackie was away on holiday that week, so.
We're not going on holiday this week.
No, she's not.
He's going on holiday.
Yeah, he's away. Yeah.
But good to be part of greyhound racing history once again, the fan.
Oh, it's fantastic, yeah. It's a great ride, and like I say, that's fantastic. It's what we're here for.
Guys and girls, all the best with Cochise running out of Trap 1 in £175,000 Star Sports English Greyhound Derby final. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Team Reese Bear Evans. Right, Nathan's the boss. How do we do this? If there's connections of 3 runners, amazing, incredible feat, do I go all in one hit, or do I do once a month? I'm not too sure. Have we got the owners, apart from Dave, we've got the... No.
Just make Nikki walk up and down.
Look, that's fine. She hasn't done a lot in the last sort of 6 or 7 weeks. I think the Clona last night flew over this morning, as you do. You know, so look, let's go to Gaytime Nemo running out of Trap 2. And I will ask Nikki Holland to join me up on stage. And while she's doing that, let's have a look at Gaytime Nemo in the quarterfinals.
Slowly start by the one, Jack Tavernbella into the turn, and 5 there, Gaytime Nemo. But Graham Holland has grabbed the race by the scruff of the neck down the far side of the stadium. 6, a Ninja Kerry in second, but it's a good 4 lengths behind. A length and a tail behind is your 3 there, Drive On Lad, being passed by that one, Jack Tavernbella. Off the final turn, it's all about Gaytime Nemo, sprinting clear now. Carried out his shield, this winner. 5 are beaten to 6, 1 behind.
Brilliant performance from Gaytime Nemo, who lines up in Trap 2 in Saturday's final. And I think Nathan is absolutely right. You get 3 finalists, absolutely, each of them individually have done incredible things. So Nikki, come round here, let's have a first chat about Gaytime Nemo. I think the first thing is to ask, your runners from last night, 2 runners in the Produce Stakes, what's the situation?
Yeah, look, they've come off fine, didn't come away well enough. It's a great final, you know. Trap 6 obviously was the favourite, didn't trap well enough. Trap 5 ran great, it was a great story. Sheila Spillane, you know, she's had an illness and what have you, so it was great for them to get there though. It's something they've always wanted, to get a produce winner.
And then your travel kind of movements thereafter, you've been, what have you done this morning?
Got up very early, came across with Sharianne, who bred Clona Duke. We flew into Birmingham and obviously came here, and we're travelling back tomorrow morning. Yeah, and then heading back over late Thursday night, Friday morning to Dave and Nicola Firmages, who are great hosts, ready for the weekend. Yeah.
Right, Gaytime Nemo, of course, got to credit is it the O'Connell family?
Yeah, it is the family. He's in Brendan's ownership, but it's very much a family effort. They breed their dogs, he's homebred, so a bit like our winner last year, it was homebred for Dave and Nikki. He's homebred, and it means the world to them. They got to the final. They've been great supporters of the kennel. They had Gaytime Hawk, who ran at Wimbledon, got to a quarter final. He got to the Irish Derby final. Gaytime Milo got, you know, quite a way here a few years ago, and now they finally got one in the final here. So they were here. Delayed ferry on Saturday. Deirdre, who's Brendan's sister, came across, and she was just thrilled that they're in the final, and she's hoping that she can get Mum, and obviously the rest of the family are coming anyway, to come over to see him on Saturday run. So yeah,
it's not been an easy ride for him. I mean, he's had to cope with 1 or 2 sort of different draws, I think, and he seems to be a dog that's just improved throughout the event. Would that be fair?
Definitely. You know, he's come back from a bad injury, and he was off a couple of months there, and he was a late addition to the team. We've got him back. He had a couple of unofficials round Clonmel sprints, and we've shown early pace that he probably hadn't shown prior to the injury. So Graham spoke to Deirdre and Brendan and said, look, you know, he's going really well. We're going over. How do you fancy? You know, it's obviously going to be short work, but we'll take him, give him a trial, see how he goes. So he came and had a sprint trial, just, you know, because the 500 is quite a tough 500 to the pickup. Came back then the following week, had a 500 trial and went into it. So it was his first race here, the first round since I think 3rd week in January, and we knew that if he could just, you know, get luck and draws, qualify, sort of, he's a very, very strong dog. He can only improve with race fitness, you know, each week, and that's what he's done. You know, he's great, he's improved, and he'll take most draws. He doesn't mind where he is. Obviously, Trap 2, we're happy to be in 2 with him. We know that if he starts as well as he did in the quarterfinals, you know, he's as good as anything, and if he's lucky enough to get in front, he's super, super strong. So, yeah, happy enough.
I'll ask you about Source Rex and Clona Duke in due course, but just taking Gaytime Nemo himself, that is a good makeup, I think you've alluded to.
Definitely, you know, I mean, look, it's a final, and anything can happen in a final. There's 6 good dogs in there, and there's a case to be made for every one of them. You know, they've got there, and all that's gone be gone is forgotten about once you're in the final. But he does need to be coming away very well, and look, get some luck around the bend, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, we'll see what happens, and we'll see you very shortly as well. Ladies and gentlemen, part 1 of Nicky Holland's story. Right, we are talking Romeo Command, who's going to run out of trap 3, and as I asked Patrick Janssens and the Firmagers and the Sheriff, you fancied you could just join us, and we're watching Romeo Command.
Spins round there, look at the dust flying down the back straight. This will be a decent time. 2 leads up Romeo Command. Where are the rest? One's in second there, and that is Signet Otis, and then back there to the 4th, then 6th Street, 5 out the back, off the final turn. Romeo Command romping away from this one. Signet Otis with the 4. Bull Sport Gift back in 3rd.
Another brilliant performance from Romeo Command. So ladies and gentlemen, Derby winning trainer Patrick Janssens, Derby winning owner David and Nicola Firmager, and breeders of course as well. Can you join us here? So Patrick, half the job done, he's in the final.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. I always think, you know, just enjoy the weekend, what will be, will be.
You've always loved this dog. You've always said he's got an incredible will to win, and he's very clever too.
Yeah, he's a very good tracker. You know, he's got a brain, in my opinion. He knows how to run a bend, and yeah, he's got a great draw. I think, you know, trap 3, that's where he wants to be, and he came out of the race very well. So fingers crossed.
And would you have taken that draw, or where would you like to have seen him other than trap 3?
Trap 3 is fine. You know. The thing is, you know, he ain't got the greatest early. He ain't got bad early, but the thing is, he's very strong from halfway, and he's Mr. and Mrs. Holland to beat, I think, you know. But he's in good form, and really fingers crossed for Saturday.
Okay, we'll come back to you, don't worry. We're back again, old boy, Mr. Rockstar. You come closer to me. Any difference this year to last? I mean, obviously different trainer in your camp, albeit you've obviously got some top class runners with Graham and Nick.
He's brindle, the other one was black.
Oh, well, of course, yeah, absolutely, you know. He's...
Yeah, different sort of dog. I think last year there was a bit more pace in Magico. This fellow is just sort of... And the desire for this fellow to win is just sort of... It's just been a win mission for us. You know, he's there. He's never out of the race. I think he can miss a break and still have a chance of winning.
What's his story? Because obviously he's bred by you, but he spent a lot of his, younger years with Graham and Nicky.
Yeah, we sent him all over to Ireland schooling. He stayed over there and ran into a stake in court, which I think turned out to be quite hot in the end. He always looked as if he wanted 550 or 500 metres. So we brought him over, but the race that we had planned for him, I think, which was the English Puppy Derby, got cancelled. So he went back to Ireland to run the juvenile. Got to semi-finals, ran very well. Had some terrible trap draws all the way through, a couple of 5s and a 4. But I think with the time he spent here, he only had trials. He never had races. But he's shown very early on that this was a track that he run very well. A 29.19 in his very first trial, 15.70 in his sprint. So he took to it straight away. It is a track for him. So he was always going to come back. And I think that even obviously the problem there with the Puppy Derby, but I think he's the only puppy ever to break 20. Well, he was, and when he is break 29 seconds.
Okay. The same question to you as I asked Patrick in terms of track 3. Happy with that?
Yeah, perfect, no problem. Yeah. We didn't want 4 last year.
It worked out.
Yeah, but it worked out okay. So I think at this stage, we're all the owners. As an owner, we've made the final. You're happy to be here. So I think, track draw would be icing on the cake. But I don't really think. Well, I would have picked another one. 2 or 3 would be perfect for him. I think inside Nicky's 2 is probably ideal for us.
So going into this final, as sweet as last year in terms of the feeling you're going to get, you might win it on Saturday, of course.
I think there's 5 trying to beat us, but yeah, we might do. That's what we're all here for. That's what we started off to do. I think we were second favourite last year. This year, there's obviously probably a couple of that are in front of us, but I wouldn't swap him. His form speaks for himself, particularly around here. He's probably put in his worst break in the semi-final. We know there is a break in him. I think it just depends on what the dogs on the outside of him do.
It's a team effort, of course, and I'm sure you'd like to say that your lodgers for the time of the English derby are always, welcome, etc. But the good lady plays her part, doesn't she, Nicola?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she looks after him. I do mine. I would like to say I do all the cooking and the cleaning and everything for him, but that's not. It won't be the truth. So Nicola looks after him, and I think they're great guests, and we enjoy having them with us.
Fantastic. Nicola, come here. Do you want a quick word? Is this your grandson? Yes. Yeah, come here, young man. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question in a minute. Don't worry about it. What can you say about the old boy? Because I think in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, there's a real glint in the eye. He wants to achieve success with his greyhounds. He's breeding champions. He's enjoying it.
He's very clever. He always goes into the books and looks through all the pedigrees, and he chooses first and foremost it's the bitch that he goes to. That's as important to him as the sire. And he had a few issues a couple of years ago. He had a few issues, health issues a few years ago, and he gave it up for a little while. And he was so despondent and depressed, and I said to him, why don't you just have another litter of pups? And I thought, what have I said here? And that litter turned out pretty decent. And he's done quite well this time, second time around. It's not been a long break, but the second time around he's done quite well. He's had a few good pups, and a lot of pups doing well, even in graded pup, strength and things. And I'm really proud of him. I'm really, really proud of him. I look at him and I see and it's given me a spring in my step as well, because it's very hard work. We still have a lot of dogs at home, and we've had a lot of things to arrange today to get here, and I'm hoping we do really well. I'm really quietly confident that Command is going to do well, because he's got such a will to win, and he's a lovely dog.
Absolutely. Now, talking about lovely things, your lovely grandson here. Tell us about him. What's your name, young man?
Bo.
Bo, nice to meet you, Bo. You love the dogs as well?
Obviously.
Ask a silly question.
I didn't.
Absolutely right.
It took him a lot to skip school with being a dog.
Fantastic. Bo, so come on, what's the chances on Saturday? Let's bring you over here. Right, so we've got Cochise in 1, we've got Gaytime Nemo in 2, Romeo Commands 3, Swords Rex 4, Clona Duke 5, Ninja Kerry 6. How do you see the race being run?
Well, I reckon Romeo Commands going to win, obviously. Bit biased, but still think he'll win.
Does he win off the front? Does he lead off the second bend? Halfway?
I'm not a time traveller, so I have no clue.
You will go far. You're another member of the Furniture family who's heading to the effing top.
Yeah, I would say so.
All your schoolmates know what you're going to be up to on Saturday afternoon, evening, I should say?
No.
You going to tell them?
No, they don't really care.
You're going to make them care. You're going to take loads of pictures and say, look what I'm doing. I'm at the great Greyhound Derby final. I'm cheering on my granddad and my grandmother's dog. That's what you're going to do, isn't it? Yeah? Promise me?
Sure.
Bo, you're an absolute star. I love this. Top man. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Bo. Pat, I don't know how you and I can follow this, but I'm going to have one last word. So I think it's 13 wins from 15 starts. So the will to win is absolutely a phrase that we have used. How does he win on Saturday?
He has to come out in front. And I think Swartrex probably has more pace to the bend than him, but if you can hold him somehow around the first two bends, because down the back straight Sword Rex is very quick as well. But so is he. So listen, how he does it, I don't care, as long as he does it.
So that misbeat in the semi-final, that's behind now.
Yeah. Tom Parker was the same. He terrible start in the semi, so let's hope he does the same. So, well, fingers crossed. He come out of the race well. That's the main thing, and there's no issues. He's healthy. He's well. So let's hope we have a good weekend. He's ready for Saturday.
Ready for Saturday, and I know once again it is a team effort with Cheryl, Rhea, and Jamie to boot as well. Ladies and gentlemen, a big warm round of applause for Team Romeo Command and young Bo especially. Super. Right, Swords Rex, the only unbeaten finalist is behind.
Swords Rex has got the break from the lids. It could be over. 5 leads round the turn. Swords Rex. 6 will chase hard there. That's Ninja Kerry. Gap back there to 4 Romeo Command. Then back to 2 Savannah Bow. And then 3, which is Jack Tam and Bella the Bitch. It's all about the 5. Swords Rex. Swords Rex has put him to the sword. Off the final turn. And stretching him out now is Swords Rex. Chase hard by the 4. Back to 6-2 flying at the death.
We're quite used to those sorts of performances, aren't we? He's been absolutely imperious throughout the Derby. His Swords Rex, he's a Cup champion, of course. He's trained by the reigning Derby winning trainer, of course. We're talking about Graham Holland. Once again, could we please ask Nikki to join us, please, here? Thank you. You could bring your niece as well. Should we bring your niece as well? Let's bring Jade. Come on, Jade. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to hear from Jade Brown as well? Yeah. Come on. Of course, wife of Patrick, the Hove trainer as well. She'll have a view on the Hove runners, I'm sure. So, and then we've got, I think, is it Sherry Ann? She's going to come up with Clona Duke as well. So, Swords Rex, coming into the competition, it was about him from post to pillar. And of course, we know what unfortunately happened to, obviously, to Rads Graham, but maybe he's back, obviously, for the Derby plate. But very quickly assumed favouritism, and he's pretty much been at the top ever since.
Yeah, he seems to love it around here. He came here for a trial stake, fluffed the start, and then just seemed to take to it, gone from strength to strength. You can't fault him on what he's done so far. He just needs to bring his A game for another week.
But that A game has existed for, it seems, quite a long time. I think it was obviously the Produce Stakes last night. Was he in the Produce last year?
He was, yeah. He got awful trouble in the Produce last year. He won the Kirby last year, ran great in the Kirby, did a fantastic time Derby final night in Ireland last year, and then came back and won the Easter Cup this year. So, and obviously he's now in the Derby final here. So he's a great competition dog. He loves his racing. He really thrives on his racing. The more racing and work you can give him, the better he is. He just needs to be on the go all the time. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Was he number 1 entry? Even though you had Romeo Magico and Clona Duke, was he number 1 or was Duke number 1 in your eyes?
Oh look, they're all good dogs in there. There's no number 1, 2, 3 or what have you. They're all good dogs and they're all different ways.
Maybe that was poorly worded. Best chance.
You say that the way he's trapping, you'd have to say he's got a good chance. It's great to be out in front. You know, I suppose, and say Romeo Magico or Badger, as we know him, was Derby champion, and he's always got a soft spot, so you could never discount him when he was in it. Clona Duke, look, he's got the track record, so it's difficult. They're all very good dogs.
Okay, now let's cut to the chase. Swords Rex in 4 in itself. He's a sort of ground that just copes with any draw that's put in front of him. But ideally, would you have had Clona Duke next door? I mean, it was always going to be difficult. You've got 3 of them.
We've got 3 of them, yeah. We take whatever track we've got with them with 3 in there. But we're probably pleased he's on the inside of Clona Duke. All 3 of ours would be clever enough dogs that when their dog's around, they run their line. What can you say if he comes away, Swords Rex, like he's been coming away, showing the tremendous early, which probably it's not even the coming away, it's just the early. As soon as this horse hit the ground, he's flying. He'll take any trap, really. You know, he's proved he can run from any trap. He just needs to be coming very well. It's a final again, so you know, he needs to be doing his best.
I'm sure he will on Saturday. Jay, come and join us. Right, Auntie's doing a good job, isn't she?
She's not doing too bad, is she? Yeah, no, it's great. It's great to have 3 in the final. It's a great achievement, and you know, for all your efforts coming over, you've done amazing. So well done.
You're a betting girl, Jay.
No.
As I was going to ask you, look, obviously with Nicky and Graham, with the 3 runners and more than that coming into the event, in your eyes, who was their best chance of winning the derby, coming into the competition?
Coming into the competition, again, to echo what Nicky said, you'd always have to put Badger up there, you know, Romeo Magico. I mean, he was a phenomenal greyhound last year, and you know, you'd like his chances again this year. It's a shame he hasn't made the final, but you've got 3 great chances there, and I think all 6 finalists have got, you know, worthy chances, and best of luck to them all.
Who wins on Saturday then?
That's a mean question.
I'm used to that. I've been put in my place by Bo, so don't worry about it.
2, 4 or 5, but you know, look, I'm flying the flag here for Hove as well, so you know, they've got some great entries there in 1 and 6, and look, you know, all 6 entries are fantastic, and you know, may the best dog win.
May the best dog win. And absolutely, obviously, wife of Hove trainer Patrick, you do great work on RPG TV as well, and as mentioned, you know, Cochise and Ninja Kerry done fantastic for Hove, and I think there's bets to be settled in terms of best Hove greyhound at around 12-1 that I think a certain Ninja Kerry might have been a 12-1 chance, and he's got his track mate to beat now.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you know, I think, you know, on the outside he's got a great chance, and you know, if you get a run around the outside, I think, you know, he can go well, and I wish Belinda all the very best, you know, for the first derby final.
Jade and Nicky, Auntie Nicky, good luck on Saturday. We'll see you very shortly, but ladies and gentlemen, Swords Rex out of track 4.
Good luck. Off and racing for this first semi-final, and it's Cochise, the lively outsider, now being collared by Clona Duke, this well-backed runner for Graham Holland, and down the back straight, and Clona Duke has opened up a healthy lead. 1 Gaytime Nemo in 2nd. 4 back in 3rd, Cochise, who's been shadowed by Birds Khalif the 6th. It's all about Clona Duke. Clona Duke comes round the final turn, and Clona Duke's gone for home. The Duke takes it and wins it well there from 1 and 4 in a photo. 1 second, 4 back in 3rd.
Fantastic effort from Clona Duke. Once again, we've got Nicky Holland. We're going to ask, I think, Sherry Ann to join us here. Where is she? Ah, right, here we go. Right. Sherry Ann's on her way now. Sherry Ann O'Donnell. Sherry Ann O'Donnell's on her way. Right. We're remiss of me not to mention the owners of Swords Rex, the Lowndes family. Just a quick word.
Yeah, they couldn't be here for the semi-finals. They were on holiday, and they said before the semi-final they weren't going to change the holiday. And yesterday they changed the holiday. They're coming home Friday. Obviously, look, you can't miss you in a derby final, aren't you? You can't miss it. So they'll be here Saturday. They've been big supporters of the game in Ireland, long-standing owners, love greyhounds, and for them, you know, over the 70s, I'd say, it's a dream come true to get a dog to the final.
Doing fantastically, and where's Sherry Ann? Sherry Ann, come and join us. Did Sherry Ann family pre-Clona? Yeah. Okay, well, congratulations, Sherry Ann. You're on Twitter and what have you, I know, but face-to-face, etc. So, I mean, fantastic situation to be going into the final.
Oh, absolutely. We're delighted. It's something you only dream about. So, yeah, we're delighted. Yeah.
An obvious question, but when did you know that you'd bred a potential Derby champion, a champion in his own right already?
Well, I suppose from schooling him, we knew there was potential there, and usually then when they go over to Graham, he gets another interview out of him, and we knew he was a little gem, like. So yeah, we're confident enough that he was going to go places.
And Nicky said there was a connection with Swords Rex as well?
Yeah, we actually bought Swords Rex as a young sapling, and we had him at home for a couple of months, and we started schooling him, and again, yeah, we could see there was definitely something there. So again, we gave me to Graham, and Graham did his magic, and so delighted with the connections. So yeah.
You coming back over the weekend? What's the situation?
Yeah, myself and Jimmy are coming over on Friday morning. So yeah, we've this booked now nearly 3 months. So yeah, we come over every year regardless, you know. So yeah, it's great weekend.
Can't let you go without you having a look at the draw once again. Steady yourself. How does this race going to be run?
Well, obviously, I'd love Clona to win, but he does need to trap. He's really, he's doing the clocks. As Nicky said, without trapping, he did a serious clock. So, look, my heart is with Clona Duke. Loves to see Swords Rex, obviously, as well, but it's very hard to call, and finals are finals. So, yeah, just hope it's coming to Ireland.
I'm getting the impression that it's an Irish victory, but a Holland one too.
Well, yeah, sure, I'm going to be biased, so yeah, obviously I'd love Clona Duke, it would be just a dream come true for us, so yeah.
And what part of Ireland will be cheering loudest on Saturday?
Oh, New Inn in County Tipperary, yeah, definitely, so yeah.
Fantastic. Sharon, thank you very much and good luck. Final word to you, Nicky. Have you reported back to Graham?
I did, yeah. He's happy enough with the draw.
Did he say damn and blast or not? He took it in stride.
No, he said he's happy enough with the draw. Look, again, with 3 in the final, and they're clever dogs, they run their line. There's not really a dog in there that you'd say of any of the dogs that's going to dive here, dive there. So I'm sure everyone's happy with their draw. We're probably all the same. We're happy to be in the final. We take any trap.
You did a good job then, Keith, I have to say. Everyone seems to be very happy with their draws. Super. Nicky, look, finally, I think on behalf of all of us, well done. Great achievement to have 3 finalists. Where's the Duck Donaldson? Charlie Lister, the last trainer to have 3 runners in the final. Is that right? What year?
Darryl, he looked you up on Wikipedia, 2003.
2003. Top Savings was in the final. Who won? Farlow Verdict?
Farlow Verdict was in the final, and Larkhill Bullet.
Larkhill Bullet. There you go. So you've matched the great man's feet.
Yeah, what a great man as well. Let's hope we can match him and hopefully we might win.
Right, Nicky, well, on behalf of us all, well done. Good luck at the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicky Holland. One for you.
Great weekend. I think we'll enjoy it.
Nicky's just wishing everybody else in the final all the best of luck. Right. Ninja Kerry, let's have a look.
Trap lift there, and a decent break made by a 6. And that Untold Zalotti will grab this race. And the 6 is going to slide round there. The Cara Witherall open up down the back straight. 5 moves into second, into Kerry. So these front 2 that were well supported are 1-2. Then back there to the 1. In between be shadowed by 4. But it's all about the 6. Untold Zalotti to the final turn. Up to the wire. It's going to be 3 from 9 for Untold Zalotti. Will beat 5 on 1. 6, 5, 1. That's how they're finished. Untold Zalotti for Mr. Purdy and J. Purdy. Trained by Cara Witherall. One more. 5 seconds. 1 back in third. To be confirmed by the judge.
Ninja Kerry in imperious form. He's done fantastic to get to the final. He's trained, of course, by young trainer Belinda Green. Belinda, make your way up to us here, and also to Barry and to Alan and the crew. If you want to come up and join us, please do. Ladies and gentlemen, connections of Ninja Kerry. Linda, congratulations.
Thank you. It's quite depressing when you watch everyone else's winning reels and you're the only one that didn't win. But like, at the end of the day, if you had told me at the start that we'd have been lining up in the final, I'd have hit your hand off. So we're absolutely delighted to be here and just happy to be taking part.
It's been an extraordinary story. We'll come back to you, Gary, of course, partner and husband of Belinda. It's an incredible story.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably the only dog that doesn't really run Tosha as well. I mean, he's a Hove dog, he does Hove. I think he's won 8 of his 10 races from Hove, including the Sussex Cup last year. Doesn't quite drive the bends here, so Lindy's been out in the field with it last week, kind of saying to him, turn left. You've got to turn left, but hopefully, you can get a lucky break and a bit of trouble in behind and get clear maybe, but...
He's taken it in his stride, isn't he?
Yeah, he's taken his racing really well. He had a lot of injuries after the Sussex Cup. He probably had about 7 months off the card. And he came back, had a couple of races at Hove, and I think he won 5 of his 6 races. So he brought him here, and he's a game dog. He doesn't know when he's beat. I mean, when Romeo went past him on Saturday, I think a lot of dogs would have fell away a bit more than he did. He does keep trying, so so we can ask for them in it.
You take big prices. I'll talk to the guys in a minute. I mean, you know, Kenan would have supported him at big prices to maybe make the final.
Yeah, I bet him 100 to 1 at the start, and then after the quarterfinals, 140. I thought I'd been done over here, hadn't I? But,
You went in again?
No, I didn't this time, no. But yeah, I think we had not a lot on him, but it's fun, isn't it?
Absolutely, he's giving you a lot of fun. Guys, you can come a little bit closer to me. Right, part owners Barry Sadler and Alan Ballard. We've got, I think you have to come a little bit closer. I'm going to garrote somebody at this stage. Right, so who's had the 12 to 1? I don't think I'm betraying any trust. 12 to 1 to be top hove dog.
Well, we did, yes. We keep an eye on Cochise each run, but he keeps getting through with us, so yeah, that's the bet we've had.
It's an amazing, great bet anyway, but incredible that both of you have kept on qualifying, and it's a head-to-head in that respect in the final, and could be a head-to-head in the final, so.
I think so, yeah, that's could be a head-to-head with them too, but we're just obviously pleased to be here. You know, he's done exceptionally well with the other dogs, the Irish dogs and the Romeo dog. He's not up there with them, but you know, what can you say? He just keeps trying, and said repeatedly, these two have done very well. Can't praise them enough.
Absolutely, and obviously you knew you could relax knowing you got trapped 6. How do you see the race? What's the best scenario for Ninja Kerry?
Well, you don't want dogs to get hurt and knocked about, but realistically, for him to win, there's got to be a lot of trouble, and that's not a nice thing to look for because you don't want to see dogs get hurt. But you know, in the realistic terms, that's the way he can win.
Shoot missile popped out and was turned second and proved us wrong.
Yeah, I think this is possibly one of the best derbies I've seen in depth. You know, rather than 1 or 2 good dogs, there's a lot of good dogs. But you just cross your fingers and hope and enjoy the evening.
Absolutely, you will be doing that, Alan. You know, between the two of you, you've owned some cracking dogs over the course of the years. But I mean, this one's special, isn't it?
Well, this is very special, but I think I've got to praise RPG TV and the power of it. We would never put dogs with Belinda and Gary, but for RPG TV. During COVID, our silent partner Gary Wiltshire and I, we said, let's go and get some dogs. And we wanted to go to Hove, didn't know who to go to. Belinda pops up on the TV, presented herself brilliantly, marketed her kennel very well as well, and I got a marketing business, so I was full of praise for that. Gary made some phone calls and they said, they're good. So we gave him a couple of dogs, we gave him a few more dogs, and we like a bet, and we had some successful bets, and then Gary phones up one day and says, there's a dog possibly for sale. Barry loves Shelbourne Saturday night dogs, that's his thing, and we like buying, what am I saying, they're not old, are they? 2.5-year-old dogs. We buy Ninja, and the rest is history. I mean, we've got 2 finals on Saturday, obviously the main final, but our friends with Cochise, that's another final, so we've got two races to watch. But these guys have been brilliant for us.
In terms of the head-to-head with the 2 Hove greyhounds as well. Well, look, well done with your marketing, absolutely, and we can echo that. And you're tremendous when you come on RPG TV. You always help us out and always say, no problem in interviews and what have you. But in terms of results, they've been tremendous since you took out the licence. I mean, an extraordinary year this year, I think, especially for a young trainer.
Oh, to be fair, obviously we've won 3 Cat 1s this year already, and we made the derby final. We're only halfway, so look, it's a little bit surreal, to be quite honest. Obviously, it's taken a long time for us to kind of get to this point, and we're finally getting to the point where we want to be. So fingers crossed, we can just continue to improve, and then I'm happy.
Absolutely. And many of the family going to be here on Saturday. I mean, obviously, your dad was a Crayford trainer for many, many years, so it's in the blood and what have you.
Yeah, my dad is planning to be here. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but we'll see. No, hopefully it'll be. Hopefully most of the team will be here. So fingers crossed, we'll have a great evening, win, lose or draw.
I'm a little bit unkind, but I did this to the Firmagers. What can you say about Gary?
Not anything positive.
Gary, obviously a gentleman. What can you say about Belinda?
Oh, she's lovely. Lovely. Now she works hard. She works. I mean, we have a young child as well, and she works 7 days a week. I mean, she got home at 1 o'clock on Saturday night. She's back in the kennels at like 6:15 to make, you know. Even this morning, she's up at 5 o'clock this morning, so we can get up here for today. She wouldn't even have today off, just, you know, she's not that type, so it's just hard work and it all pays off, doesn't it?
I think we saw that with when you won the Kensington Ledger with low pressure, and a couple of hours later you were on the terraces here at Toaster having Kennel Ninja Kerry, I presume it was.
Yeah, it was, because obviously we hadn't had a lot of luck in the derby at that point. We had everything, obviously Betsy's bullet didn't make it, the other two got knocked straight out, so it turned out okay. So, look, at the end of the day, I'm a big believer of you get out what you put in, so I'll always be the first one in the kennels.
And you'll be the youngest trainer on Saturday night. Is that, how do you feel about that?
Doesn't bother me at all, to be fair. I mean, like I say, it's our second entry in the derby and we've made the final, so just to be in the final is a massive achievement for us, and hopefully we can just keep building on it, and hopefully one day, you never know. You never know.
Final question, when you see the previous derby winners and the names, some of them are obviously in the house today, who did you ever, obviously your dad was a trainer, who did you ever look up to and aspire to be?
To be fair, I wouldn't ever narrow it down to just one. I think that there's plenty out there, and obviously, you know, there's a lot of people out there. So I wouldn't ever narrow it down to just one, but I must admit I am quite happy to be female amongst the team. So but look, we're just happy to be there, we'll just see what happens.
We'll see what happens indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Belinda Green, Ninja Kerry's connections, Gary Whittington, Alan Ballard and Barry Sadler, Team Ninja Kerry. Well, that completes the field for the Star Sports Greyhound Derby final on Saturday night. Cochise, Gaytime, Nemo, Romeo Command, Swords Rex, Clona, Jude, Ninja Kerry. Don't go away, enjoy your lunch, and then we'll introduce the legends to you. Thank you.